Well, I think that the pieces are all starting to come together quite nicely in Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, travelers, welcome back to Roberto's Room. I just finished watching episode 8, the penultimate episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. And we are kind of in uncharted territory. I knew, of course, about Muse being a villain in this season. And, of course, if you saw last week's episode, which, spoilers for last week, if you did not see it yet, I hope that you did. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Yes, Muse is no more. He was killed off in last week's episode, and we are now in kind of uncharted territory, but kind of where I thought we were going to go. The episode this week opens up with Poindexter, which I figured that he was going to be back. I didn't expect him to be just a one-off in episode 1, even though what he did was pretty major. I figured he was going to come back.
Don't call it a comeback!
And there are some more things that get unraveled as this episode went on, which I love. Again, I think that there's really not a lot of difference between this and the Netflix show. I think, honestly, the Netflix show just does the slow burn a little bit better because they're given more episodes, where Daredevil Born Again is only given 9 episodes in its run, which I can't believe we're already on episode 8. I know, super shocking. But this episode, again, is another reason why this show is good. All the people that are bad-mouthing this show, I'm sorry, but y'all need to be less critical. Let's just put it that way. Because this show is really, really good. Okay, is it exactly the Netflix show? No, and it was never going to be. This is a whole new team for the most part. And yes, you get most of what you loved about the show, but it's told in a slightly different way. And honestly, for what it is, I appreciate it. We get to have a little bit more synergy with the MCU, which was honestly promised to us in the early days of the Netflix seasons of Marvel television. And now we're getting it, and people are just not happy, and I don't get it, because honestly, this show, as I said, is just, it's awesome. Yes, they had a couple of misfires as far as last episode was concerned, but other than that, this show is good, and I'm really excited to see what happens in episode 9. But before we get into it, if you would, please drop a like, and after you finish watching this video, please come back to the comment section and drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about the show, and as well, if you're watching this and you have not, please subscribe. We would love to have you on board the channel.
Smile, everyone! We're back.
I love that Ben Poindexter is kind of being brought back. And of course, we get the bread and butter of what we love. You know, Matt, that volcano inside of him that wants to do right. In this episode, we see that there's more to Foggy's death that meets the eye. And Matt, of course, he's using those detective powers of his as a lawyer to track down, because he knows something doesn't smell right, and he's trying to track down exactly what went on with the whole Poindexter thing at the beginning of this season, with, of course, Foggy getting killed. And there's actually a really nice element of mystery to this episode that I really appreciated, because, of course, someone had to have called on Poindexter to shoot Foggy, and, of course, we don't know who that is yet. And we get a little bit closer to that mystery. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but needless to say, this is good TV. Okay, yes, we haven't gotten a lot of Daredevil in Daredevil Born Again, other than I did like the fight last week with Muse. But again, this is a slow burn. It's kind of like we're resetting to season 1 of the Netflix show, where we didn't really get to see a lot of actual daredeviling in Daredevil. But what we do get to see is really good character studies for Wilson Fisk, for Vanessa, for Daredevil, and other characters around him. If you haven't given this show a chance, I really would encourage you to do so, because it's really good. The writing's really good. I think, like I've been saying since episode 1, Wilson Fisk, Vincent D'Onofrio is, I mean, it was like you're going back into, you know, an old comfortable shoe as far as watching his performance. He has not lost a step. Neither has Charlie Cox playing Matthew Murdock. You really get to feel all of his angst bubbling up. The same with Fisk, as they are both kind of wrestling with their dual personas. I actually like that this entire season has been them kind of on mirroring paths, as they are, of course, struggling with their dual personas. with Fisk, of course, being that of Wilson Fisk and Kingpin, and with Daredevil, of course, being Matt Murdock and Daredevil. And which side is going to win? Well, I guess that's going to be answered maybe by the end of this season. Maybe we're going to take that and continue to develop that into next season. But again, y'all need to support this show. This is a legitimately good show, at least in my opinion, that needs a lot more love. I can't believe the show is not being watched at all, but I can kind of see why this show isn't being watched, because Disney has burned out a lot of the goodwill that it has built up over the years, and fans are just not in it anymore, because every show that we're watching, we have to almost, go into it like we're stepping on a minefield and figuring out, okay, is this going to be good? Is this going to be woke? What is this going to be? I can definitely happily say that what I've seen so far from this show, it really doesn't have any of those elements, is just a legitimately good show and deserves your attention. I'm really excited to see where they take this season, and of course with Daredevil Born Again Season 2 filming right now, I'm really curious to see what they do with the next season with all of the characters that are in here. We get left on a pretty interesting, pretty intense cliffhanger with this particular episode, and I'm really excited to see where that goes next week. Well, what did you think of episode 8 of Daredevil Born Again? Whatever you thought, please drop it in the comments down below. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. Again, this show deserves your watch, and I'm going to continue to hype up this show because it really is a legitimately good TV show. Also, if you would, please drop a like down below. And if you're watching this review and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We have just gotten over 60 subscribers. I am super excited. I am over the moon. And I am so excited to continue to grow my channel. And I would love for you to hop aboard with us. Thank you so much, as always, for checking out this review, travelers. And as always, go with grace.